The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello friends, my name is Anmol Sawan and I'm representing Inogic in the capacity of ISV team. So today I will talk about our new offer which works smarter and deliver faster by enforcing best practices in your day-to-day process. The name of this new offer is Business Process Checklist. Before this, I wanted to give you a small piece of information that during this webinar, lines of all participants will be muted throughout session. In case any question that arises in your mind, please put it in the chat window. I assure you, I will try to answer most of the question at the end of a session. Before I dive deeper into the session, let me give you a brief about Inogic and its history. Inogic is one of the leading service provider and an ISV. It is an exclusive dynamic 365 boutique shop which has been into the business more than a decade now. We are active in the community and our blogs are really popular in CRM community. Our main focus is to develop productivity app or what we would like to call it as one-click solutions. Now on my screen, you can see these are the all productivity apps of Inogic. There are total 16 apps. But if you ask me, one of my favorite is that is SharePoint Security Sync. So if you ask me one-liner description for this product, it basically just replicate the security mechanism from Dynamics CRM to SharePoint. And let me tell you, this product is getting very popular from the last 2 years. So if you want to know more about any products, you can just visit our site, that is inogic.com. So this is why we are into this session now. This is our agenda. We have to see what are the challenges exactly we are facing while enforcing best plan of action for day-to-day activities. Then we have to see what are the needs for our playbook in CRM. And the main thing, we have to see key features of business process checklist. And I'll show you the live demonstration of this product so that you can understand in a better way. Once the live demonstration done, then we can have a Q&A session. So every organization, despite leveraging MS Dynamics CRM, have always battled with the adoption and usage of a CRM, as well as have faced challenges in ensuring consistency in business process. In short, every company operations consists of a task that must be completed on a daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly basis to ensure that it runs smoothly. But what if these processes aren't standardized? In short, you are inviting chaos. Let me talk about our organization. John is a sales manager who handles the sales team. Last week, I had a word with John regarding the lead nurturing process. Basically, we are talking like why the sales are down from the last 2-3 months. Aren't we are following the same process which we are following? Is anything changed in that process? So after this conversation, I came to know that John was facing many challenges during the sales process. Basically, he was telling me there was a miscommunication between their team members and lack of trust between them as well. Because of this, John has to always advise their team members to make them in line with predefined tasks. John has to force their members to follow best practices, means he has to make some set of rules or compliances or a process. Still, the team members were missing some tasks. He was telling me their team members missed 2-3 follow-ups mail yesterday only. And the silly reason was the assigned person was absent at that day. So people's unavailability was again one more challenge for him. So because of this, there was a high risk in the sales process which John had to suffer from it. So for this reason, there should be some set of process which we need to follow by every team member. This set of process will guide team members on how to respond to event when a decision maker leaves an organization while the team is working on a deal with that decision maker. For example, playbook. Playbook defines an organization's best practices response to such an event. Playbook can also streamline and automate recurring tasks such as renewing contracts. Because of this, there will be no one will miss any task, and for sure productivity will increase. And these all processes are automated, so because of that, manual work is also getting reduced. So if your productivity is increased, manual work is also getting reduced, then your work efficiency will automatically get increased. So this is where business process checklist comes into the picture. Business process checklist, a product from Inogic, is a business process tool for Dynamics users that simplifies creation and enforcement of a business specific playbooks, guidelines, and policies at every stage of process. So there are some key features in this. First, manager can create step-by-step plan to enforce best practices to their team members. Mainly, this plan can be configured on out-of-the-box business process flow, or if you don't want to use out-of-the-box, then you can categorize your task using custom group in business process checklist. What are these custom groups? That I'll explain you on a live demonstration. In this, we can have an automated scheduling. Basically, if you want to send an automated email or automatically phone call should be created, that is possible in this. User can view the predefined plan and follow it step by step for their day-to-day tasks. So because of this, manager can keep a track on user activities. So to know more about these features, I will allow live demonstration of our product. So for the demo, I'll present myself as a Joseph, who is a part of a sales team. And I currently joined this organization as a sales member. So my manager has told me the basic sales process of this organization. Still, I was missing some of the steps. So what he did is basically he installed business process checklist in our environment, and now we are following the predefined steps. How to do it? I'll just explain you what I'll do. I'll just come into CRM and I'll try to create a lead. So yesterday we got inquiry for our click to clone product. What I'll do, I'll just create a lead. Then it is basically Sam. Then I'll give a customer type as an end user. Then I'll give an email. And this lead came from website. So I'll give the lead source as a web. Now, once the lead is created, basically our process is whenever lead created in CRM, then we'll go to manual process. Basically, we send the introduction email, then we send the pricing by email. Then if client is really interested, then we'll have a demo call. So all this process we are handling manually only. So there was a miscommunication, and because of that, our sales process is getting impacted. So for this, manager basically created one plan, that is predefined plan, and because of that predefined plan, all the steps which I need to perform are performing manually, automatically. How to do this? I'll just show you. I'll just refresh this, and then you can see there is one section that is business process checklist. So I'll just come into admin and I'll see whether that plan is published or not. So plan publish should be needed. I'll show you why it is needed. I'll explain you that. And I'll try to create one more lead again. Interested in click to export. then John, then end user, then I'll give an email, and what to do, I'll just click on save. So it here, what we needed is first step should be dependent upon the second step. Basically, if introduction email is only not sent to the customer, then second step should not be followed. So basically, the steps should be depend upon each other. Now I'll just refresh and I'll see whether the steps are created or not. So the step is not created over here. You can see. Now why? I'll tell you, I'll show you that plan. What I have added condition over here, lead source equal to should be 8. So what I mean to say is I handle only business which is related to website. So if lead came from website, then only it should be assigned to me. Otherwise, I will not handle that lead. Now what I'll do, I'll create one more lead and I'll add as a resource and I'll give the end user as well as I'll give the email and I'll give web. Now you will be able to see the steps will automatically get created and it will auto attach to those record. So yes, you can manage your plans depend upon the conditions as well. So take an example, if you have 2 sales guy in your company and if leads are coming from a website, it should be handled by one person, and if lead coming from app source, it should be handled by second person. So yes, that is also possible in this. So here now we'll see like how the steps are getting created, how it is helping to boost my sales process. Now if you can check, it is already created and the first step is it is showing in green color and it is showing that it isn't completed on. So what it means is the green stands for the step is already completed. Basically, I have to send an introduction email and that is already sent. So if you click on this, it will show you which activity it was, what exactly to whom it sent, and you can see this activity. Now, in our manual process, what we are following, once we send the introduction email, then we maybe send a mail or maybe have a call to get the client need. Basically, what is the time frame for to purchase this product, or maybe what is their budget and everything. Now you can see some step is there. It is already in blue color. So what blue color stands for? That step is already open. So if I click on that, I can see this task is already created. Now what happened is I called my client and we had a discussion and I got all the information which I needed. So I'll just come in CRM and I'll mark it as a complete. Now if I check what should actually happen in this business process checklist, so you will be able to see it is again get completed. So basically my both activities are completed now. So once you complete that step, then automatically your next step will get open. So what it means, if steps are dependent, this will happen. Now you can see this step is already open, but beside it there is some icon. And you can see on that icon there is some date, that is 26/1 is tomorrow's date. So what it means is after getting client need, I have to get on a call with my client, but what I want is once I get the client need, after one day I have to schedule a call with him. Basically, I want some waiting period for that. So yes, in business process checklist, you can give that as well. You want after 2 days mail should send to that customer, that is also possible in this. But currently what happened, on call only, I got all the information from that client. So for me, this step is basically not needed. So I make it as just skip, and you can see this color is representing as a skip step. Now you can see all my steps are completed in this stage. But maybe in your mind there is a question that what is this qualify, develop, propose, and close? So you can just see at the top there is business process flow, there is out of the box business process flow, and it is having some stages. So I have created the basic steps, and you can see it is just following the business process flow only. Now my client is getting more interested in our product, so what I need is I needed to convert this client into opportunity. So what I'll do, I'll just click on qualify, and it will automatically convert to the opportunity, and I'll see how it moves to the next stage. Now you can see in business process flow, it is already moved to develop stage. Basically, once I qualified, it moved to the next stage. But you can see in business process checklist as well, it moved to the next stage. So now my manual work is really getting reduced. Why? You can see when I was in develop stage, suppose I needed to do sending a time frame, what is exactly time frame for my client, estimated budget. So these are all things which I need to do perform manually by creating a mail. But if I checked in business process checklist, all things are getting created automatically. So this is where business process checklist will help you to increase your productivity, and it helps you to automate your processes. Now all these things are attached to this record only. So how can I see my to-do list for today? Yes, you can see that. You will just come over here in business process checklist app, just click on plan step items, and you can see that monocular is created over here. Now this client called me and told me, hey, I'm busy this week, can you please schedule our call on next week? So yes, what I'll do, I'll just come here and I'll just change the due date for this. Now what will happen, this card is basically moved from here. Now maybe you have a question that where exactly it is moved. Now you can click and you can just see the upcoming items. In upcoming items, you will have visible that card over here. So in terms of sales, if your client is asking for a next week, so for sure you can change your follow-up date over here. But now what happened is this Keller client is basically a really important client because he has 1,000 users in CRM and he's a huge client for me. So what can I do? I can just mark it as important, and whenever I can go to important items, I will be visible for that card over here. So basically I can maintain my data. If I wanted to have important, then I can do that. So we have given some views. From those views, you can easily identify your task and you can perform those tasks. Now I'm very happy with this product because my all the process are automated, as well as it is very easy to find my to-do list for today as well as for upcoming items. Now basically this lead is came for website, but we have some coming leads who are coming for becoming our partner. So here we have some process, partner onboarding process. So in that we have some kind of a to-do, or maybe you can say that it is kind of a checklist we need to follow. I'll show you that by creating lead example only. Now I'll just create one example, partner interested. Now Nupu Walker, then I'll mark it as a partner. What I'll do, I'll just click on save. Now in our organization, what exactly we do is once this lead is created, we just went on a research site and we see what exactly from country he is official ID is there or not, what is their legal documents. So we have to do some checklist kind of thing. But my manager has created some predefined plan. Because of that, all the steps are created automatically. So I'll just click on refresh and then see what will come in this business process checklist. Once this comes, you can see there are some tasks which are automatically created. So the same thing which has happened in earlier example, it is happened over here as well. maybe you have wondering like what are these partner call and partner training, because this is a plain checklist. So I've given you example which is related to business process flow, but this is the another example which we are following, that is custom groups. So in our organization, for partner onboarding process, we don't want to follow out of the box process. So that's why we created our own category by using custom groups in business process checklist. Now, if I have conducted a needs assessment with that particular lead, I'll just mark it as a complete. I directly have a call with that client and it is done. I'll mark it as a complete. So it means what? The steps are not depend upon each other. So this is what comes with the picture, that you can create a checklist type of plan and you can use it. Now, this is related to this record only. If you want to see what exactly items I'm having, so you can come into this and we have a special view, all checklist items. So all your checklist items will be visible over here. Hey, it is very easy for me now to tackle my all the sales process. Now, maybe you are wondering like how this is happening, what exactly we need to configure. I'll show you configuration. So I'll log in with the admin user and I'll just show you the plans which I have created. Though we are talking lead nurturing, so you can see the name and description. After that, the main thing is the plan is created for which thing, for a business process flow or custom group. So you can see this, if you select the business process flow, then we have to select some out of the box business process flow in this. Basically, we are giving two options. If you want to follow your sales process in terms of business process flow, then you can do that. Otherwise, you can your own categories by using custom groups. You can see this plan execution type. So it has two types basically, process and checklist. So process means basically the same thing which I'm explaining earlier. If steps are depend upon each other, then you can create it as a process. Now, the priority order is basically, I gave you the example with the same lead, same entities. I have created two plans with the same entity. Now, we can give the priority. Like if I have given it for a first plan 1 and for the second 2, then whichever has the priority, that will taken care. Now, I told you that I'm handling the business which is related to only website business. If any leads comes from website, only those things I'm handling. So you can mention the criteria over here, and those leads only will be taken care under my control. So now plan is created, but what steps we need to follow, where to maintain it. So you can see there is manage step tab. If you just click on it, you can see there are some steps. I'll just make the revised plan so that I can edit those plan. Now you can see these are the steps and these are the actions. So what are the steps and what are the actions? I'll explain you that. If you click on this, you can see it is just a step, name and description. So if you want to send a code, then you can give a name send code and you can describe it in your way. But if you want to send this now only, then waiting period is not required. But if you want to send after 2 days or 2 hours, you can set up a waiting time over here. Now the step is already created, and if you want to add action, so what action is needed is what exactly you want to do. You want to send an email, or maybe you needed to create a task, or you needed to do a phone call. So if I click on this, you can see these options are available over here. So if you want to do phone call, you can just select it and just save and close this record. Now I've created my all the steps and all the step actions. Then only one step is remaining. Just publish this plan. Once you publish this plan, you are good to go. Now automatically everything will happen. Once you create the lead, automatically the plan steps will attach to that record and your salesperson will be very much happy, as well as your sales manager also get happy. So this is our business process checklist. I hope I have cleared you and given you the all information to related to our product. So let me quickly go back to my presentation. Now on my screen, I'm just showing you this solution is available for which versions. Basically, we support online 9.1 and above, as well as it is compatible with the Dataverse as well. If you want to learn more about business process checklist, you can just visit our website. And if you want to explore our product, it is very easy. You can just download this solution from an app source or maybe from our website and import it in your organization, and then you're good to go. So our aim is, you can say that use it first, then only believe it. So what I mean to say that we give 15 days trial and you can explore this product. If you're really satisfied, then you can go ahead and you can buy this product. And if you're thinking this configuration is taking too much time, so then no, it is just a 10-minute job and it will save your full life job. Now, I will make a poll. Please cast your votes. It is available for 1 minute, and please cast your votes so that we can also understand. Thirty seconds more, please cast your votes so that we can also understand which feature is really nice, which feature is really needed in market, and so that we can improve and we can give the better quality in my product. More 10 seconds. Your votes is really needed and it's really valuable for us. Thank you so much for your votes. It is really valuable for us. Thank you so much for that. Now, if you have any questions, please put it in the chat window. I'm there to answer your all of the questions. So we have one question from one attendee that do we follow the custom entities as well? So yes, we do support custom entities as well as we do support custom activities as well. I'm waiting for the questions. If you are really interested, then please put it in the chat window. So there are some FAQs which are related to this product. Basically, what is the difference between a process type of a plan and checklist type of a plan? So I've given two examples. The first one is lead nurturing and the second one is partner onboarding. If your steps are dependent upon each other, like one step is not completed and second should not start, then that is the process plan. And if your steps are not dependent upon each other, like if one step is done and second is not dependent upon that, then that is a checklist plan. We have one question, that is, what is the pricing? So thank you for your question, and we will send you an email regarding this. Our salesperson will send you the pricing on mail. Yes, here I will not discuss the pricing, but for sure after this presentation you will get an email where we can talk about pricing, as well as if you want to one more demo one-to-one, that also possible. So we have one more question, that is how to get started with this product. So basically, you can just download our solution from app source and you can input in your organization, then you can just play around with this. If you are having questions, then we are there for you. If you have more questions, then please put it in the chat window. I'm waiting for your questions. Thank you. Thank you for joining this webinar, and kindly be in touch with Inogic